9 days later, at the second Sit Live Forum, there was more time for public comment. About 80 people showed up, and 28 of them came to the microphone to address the city's panel. Urban Development Director Kristen Rutherford, who served as moderator, Nicole Utes, City Attorney Dan Atchison, and a Salem police officer. Here's what the city attorney and some of those who commented had to say.
Hello, my name is Dan Atchison. I'm the Salem City Attorney, and I want to briefly go over the main points of the sidewalk comment ordinance. The purpose of the ordinance is to provide the city with a tool to address some of the negative impacts of people occupying sidewalks. It has three key elements. It restricts sitting or lying on the sidewalk during the day, from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. And it restricts campsites on the sidewalk all day and night. Also restricts leaving personal property unattended on the sidewalk for more than 2 hours all day. Property may only be removed immediately if it poses a threat to public safety. And in other cases, it must be posted for removal for at least 24 hours, and the posting includes information on how to contact the city to retrieve the property. The ordinance also provides a variety of exemptions for the daytime restriction on sitting or lying, including medical emergencies, physical disability, and permitted events. It creates a civil penalty similar to like a traffic ticket and not a criminal penalty for folks who are in violation. People cannot be jailed or arrested for violation of the ordinance. The police are required to give a verbal warning before enforcing the restrictions on sitting or lying, and the city must post notice before removing a campsite and must hold valuables for 30 days to give the owner an opportunity to collect them. People who do not correct their conduct may be issued an exclusion order that applies within the city's 2 crime prevention zones. Violation of the exclusion order can lead to an arrest or trespass. Exclusion orders can provide for a variety of exceptions that allow for a person to be within the district area to obtain services, go to appointments, work. Outside the district, the police will only be able to issue a citation for violation of the sidewalk conduct order. That is essentially what the ordinance provides in a nutshell, and I wanted to respect your time to ask questions and provide comments.
We are going to move on to comments now. So again, a 3-minute limit, and I'll signal you after 2 minutes.
My name is Tyler Jensen, and we have a business downtown Salem, and it's been there for going on 75 years. And I've helped out with the city's projects through the years. I've helped on the parking task force. I've been on the downtown advisory board, and most recently on the homeless task force. I love living in Salem, and I want Salem to be everything. I wanted to have all the citizens that live here love living here and enjoy the entire city, from West Salem to South Salem to from the east side out off of Lancaster and Kaiser, and even enjoy our downtown. I just feel right now that having our business down there, we've seen that our challenges have increased in these last couple of years. We've had to look into how to handle the behaviors of people that are living on the streets and are camped in front of our building and in our area. We've had to hire security to try to move people along because the limitations that the police are set against right now are not fully being met, and they can't help us like we used to. And it's difficult because I'm dealing with customers that are not able to make it to my store because they come down, they park their car, maybe it's in the winter on a rainy day, and they want to come into our store. But right in front of the store and off to the side is a group of people that are eager to meet them as well, and so they keep driving past. And how long will that business be open if people keep driving past? And how long are the buildings that occupy our buildings going to be able to have jobs and businesses downtown if they keep driving past? And so if we can't create an environment that feels safe for all the citizens that live in our city so that they can have their town throughout all of Salem in a safety environment, what are we doing? And so I just can't have this be the new norm where we are fighting against ourselves and fighting against our values. And and fighting against our faiths. I mean, I'm a Christian and I go to Salem Alliance, and I look for ways to internally find my path through this, and it's getting difficult. So I look to the city. I look to the city that I love to help me find my way through it. And I feel that this piece of the puzzle is going to come together, and it will help the businesses be able to keep functioning and keep having a vibrant downtown and have a lot of people come through.
So my name is Josh Lair, and I also come from the streets of downtown, and my life has been drastically changed, and so I'm no longer affected by being homeless and on the street or affected by drugs and alcohol. Instead, I get to partner with the Marion County Sheriff's Department and the Police Department because I'm the lead navigator for the Law Enforcement Assistance Diversion Program. But I'm also the president of the Board of Directors for Be Bold Street Ministries. So not only is my 8 hours a day of getting paid on the streets of Salem, but my free time is also on the streets of Salem because I choose to advocate for the same people that I used to be. And I also advocate for the businesses. Our street ministry has taken some flack in some areas in the press here recently because we stand beside the business owner. You know, Great Harvest, Green Teas, those folks call us when they're having issues with individuals that are downtown. And what we've come to find is that spending some time with folks, investing and building a relationship changes things. I have not ever once been phone called to go to a location and had any pushback because I'm there to serve not only the business, but the individual that there may or may not be an alleged disruption from. The people that are on the streets. And so I think we're headed in the right direction. It's just how do we get there as a community? And I'm really thankful that our folks that are struggling, that are out on the streets, are here today. And I hope that they are willing to speak up and share their voice too.
Thank you for holding this forum. I have several concerns. You know, you just can't solve the homeless problem by moving them from one point to another. A lot of people who, for one reason or another, don't want to have the homeless people in a particular area. I encourage people to talk to the homeless to understand that there's a diverse number of people out there with different stories, different backgrounds. You just can't see a person's homeless and have one image of them. There are stories behind them. Sometimes they just need a little bit of help. Or sometimes just being kind to them, showing some consideration. A kind word, doing a small, nice gesture can really make their day. And let's don't forget that there are people just like you.
Hello folks, how you doing? My name is Louis Coleman. I'm a member of the homeless community here. And first off, I'd just like to say, homeless people is not the enemy. We're not the enemy. We're in different stages of disorientation, if you have. There's mental illness, there's drug use, and I don't think any homeless person that would be aware, I don't think any homeless person is trying to interrupt commerce or anybody making a living. If they were aware of the problem, you really got to address the homeless situation realistically. And number one, that means humane. Anything less than humane, you're going wrong. You're absolutely going wrong if you do not address the problem humane. And I'd only like to say, if you don't work against us, we won't work against you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Tom Hofford. I feel this microphone should actually be turned around and we should be speaking to the audience. We know we have our partners in front of us. I have the opportunity to represent the Salem Area Chamber of Commerce, which is a business organization of about 1,000 city businesses who invest in our organization to make sure the health and the viability of the business community is not only represented, but the flames of entrepreneurship are fanned. As we look at this ordinance, and I'm hearing a lot from the audience, the necessity and the request for the homeless population to have additional resources for housing and the like. And as I look at this steers back, for me, the ordinance is not addressing the overall homeless challenges that this community faces. We realize that this is a very large issue across our entire nation. And for that reason, we're looking for a key win for under the equity lens. When I look at this ordinance and I look at the city as a whole, we have everybody in the city matters. And I am very proud of our business owners and our employees for how we both see the human side of the homeless situation as well as how we interact and want to provide hope. The businesses in this community are the funding mechanism and a key piece of the funding mechanism for all the social services that are in this city. And so I would ask on the equity lens, we understand that our downtown business owners and their employees need a safe and equally fair place to apply their trade. When businesses are blocked by structures, tents, or individuals preventing that type of atmosphere, it is concerning for us. And I think this is a first tool, and it really is a tool that will allow if situations occur where business owners can have a resource and our different law enforcement alike can now provide new access points. And so as we look at the city as an ecosystem, everybody gets an important voice here. And know that the business community is committed to continuing to support the nonprofits and the opportunities that we can give to route people into better places where they can get the resources they need, whether it be mental health or basic services in general. We're going to stand behind and always be supporting those. We would just like a fairness and consideration that this ordinance will provide some ability for our business community to have a resource to be able to get to a better place and have businesses open safely and fairly throughout the day. Thank you for your time.
My name's Holly. My partner, who couldn't be here today, and I have lived and worked for 15 years. We're also members of the steering committee for the Salem chapter Democratic Socialists of America. We as a society have failed to build communities that value all and serve all people, and instead we have alienated, disenfranchised, and dehumanized people to the point that they can no longer function as contributing members of our community. We reject any solution that places any further burden on the houses to solve problems that are ultimately created by our capitalistic society, which prioritizes profits over people. We specifically oppose adopting this new version of the citywide ordinance that would actually further burden our houseless community members who literally have nowhere else to go. We wonder why the city is wasting time and resources and continuing to pass this extremely unpopular and frankly immoral ordinance. It is clearly safer to rest during the day than it is at night. We suggest that the city instead focuses time and resources on solving problems that cause people to be houseless in the first place, such as skyrocketing housing costs and medical costs, lack of funding for low-cost housing, mental health care, and dependency programs, the need for more public bathrooms, showers, laundry facilities, common areas, and storage spaces that are free for everyone to use. These are the solutions that actually address the problem instead of criminalizing people with no other choice but to exist in public spaces.
Amen.
Moving the problem from one location to another solves nothing and only further alienates and dehumanizes our houseless neighbors. We conclude that the problem of houselessness and all the issues that stem from unsheltered community members should be addressed by leaders and community members who are privileged with capital resources and can turn Salem into a community where all members are valued and have their basic needs met.
Hello, my name is Keith Bernard, and I've been a member of this community almost for 4 years. I relocated here from Phoenix. I also come from Detroit, Michigan, where I was a child and I watched our city burn over civil rights issues. I was 7 years old at the time, 64 and 67. I'd hate to see that come to this country again. They're using these ordinances that are as a form of misconduct to attack those and prejudice against those that they do not like or want to remove from society. Now, when they can conduct no due process on the street, they can conduct their own tribunal, sentence you guilty, make up a story, and then exclude you without even being found guilty. That's carrying out a sentence already. And if we don't start taking care of the community and addressing the issues as they are properly examined, then we're going to have a civil rights issue and probably another civil war on our hands.
So I'm John Hawkins. I'm a partner of a CPA firm located downtown Salem. Also owner of the business of the property that we are located in. So we're located at the corner of Cottage and Marion. And I'm here to speak in favor of the ordinance that, for us, we need, it's just like Tyler Jackson talked about. We want our customers to feel safe coming into our building. We don't want the sidewalks blocked so they are not able to enter. Being a CPA firm, we have certain crunch times of the year where we have employees that come into the office and often work 12-hour days, and they come in at 5 in the morning. Some people don't leave till 9 at night, and when they're having to step over people sleeping in their doorways, some people are not. I mean, I would agree that most of the people that are homeless are very kind, and I have spent a lot of time volunteering with organizations that work with people with disabilities and people that are homeless, and most all of them are very kind, but there are some with some mental health issues and some drug and alcohol addiction issues that we've been advised by the police to not approach. And so I'm concerned about my staff, my employees, their safety as they come and go from our office. Also, we have many clients in the downtown area, and as we leave our office and go to other business locations in the downtown area, we have to go past people that it just makes you concerned about their safety sometimes. So, like this morning, I could hear someone screaming outside my office and yelling at someone that didn't exist.
Mental yell.
No, literally, I agree. So I thought this is just only one piece of the big picture. I know that Arches, Community Gospel, many other charity organizations are doing things to help provide more housing. This ordinance is only one part of a bigger scope of what is needed to address the homeless problem, but I think it is a necessary piece that we need to have to make sure that our downtown area remains a vibrant and welcoming area for customers and businesses and for their employees as well.
Bob Francis.
I would suggest anybody here who wants to stereotype and be discriminatory against unsheltered people, you need to serve some coffee with these folks. These are just people, human beings, no different. They're just people. They're really good people. We come to know the kindness and the generosity of many of these folks, and they smile and they always say thank you, and it breaks my heart to see what this city is thinking about doing to criminalize. And you may not say that it's criminalizing, but come on. We know that when you warn a person and then they don't do what you want them to, and then you warn them again, and then you kick them out of town for 30 days, and then if they find their way back, then they're going to be legally in trouble. Give me a break. We all know exactly what this is. These are fellow citizens. And by the way, you know it, lawyer, or Mr. I don't know your name. You know it very well that what you're attempting to do here is unconstitutional.
TJ Sullivan.
Thank you for the opportunity to come down here and speak. We built a building in downtown Salem about 12 months months ago. And since that time, we've spent almost $11,000 fixing property damage that's occurred. And when you go back and review the footage, you can see that the people who are doing the damage to our property are clearly inebriated, or they are on some kind of other drug that's causing them. And one of the things I've always impressed upon my kids is we get to know your neighbors. Where we live and where we work, we get to know our neighbors. Whether they have homes or not, we get to know them. And I talk to everybody that I see on our property. It doesn't matter the time of day or night. I approach them and talk to them. And we keep treating the situation as if it's a homeless situation. And it's not. It's an addiction issue that we're dealing with in large measure. As I talk to the people that are out there, and we have honest conversations with them, and one of the best parts about talking to people who are at the end of their rope is that they are brutally honest with you about their situation. And as I talk to them and ask them, you know, how are you in this situation? What do you need help with? And where are you at in your life? And I have yet to meet somebody who tells me that they are not addicted to a substance. As I talk to them. As I talk with them and find out that this is the issue, they're making a choice in their life. And they're saying, I'm choosing right now my addiction over finding stable employment, over finding a stable place to live. And so, and it may not be you. It may not be you. I'm talking about the people that I come to talk to. And so as we discuss this, we have a decision to make. And it should break your heart when you see somebody continue down a pathway that they eventually hurt themselves more and more and more. When we make it easier for people to be homeless in Salem, and make it easier for people to continue their addiction in Salem, we make it easier for them to end their life in Salem in a horrible, tragic way. So I'm in favor of this ordinance because this is a step in pushing people into the different areas where they're going to get the help that they need.
I get your guys' point about downtown. I don't get your point on compassion from police, DOT, any of it. Y'all went through and swept the camps over at Cascade, okay? Y'all came down, slashed up our tents. Yeah. With knives. You just slashed them to shreds. So not only were we homeless to begin with, but y'all made us homeless again. I used to pay my taxes, but circumstances that I couldn't help made a snowball effect in my life where I'm here. You have no idea how many good people are out here homeless. And if you keep kicking us while we're down, it's going to just get worse. You're leaving us no choices, like we are not even human. And it's not fair. It's disgusting that you can walk around, do these things, and talk about compassion to these people who actually need it.
My name is Patricia Thomas. I've been a member of the homeless community here in Salem for a year and a half with my husband, Art. We both worked all our lives, raised our children, did everything we were supposed to do. And nothing prevented him from losing his job because he had cancer. And that's prevented me losing mine because I had a birth defect.
Patricia Thomas is blind, and when she first began speaking, apparently was not close enough to the microphone for our recorder to pick up clearly what she was saying. But we did hear her tell the panel and those in the audience that she and her husband have been members of Salem's homeless community for about a year and a half, that they both worked all of their lives and raised their children and did everything they were supposed to do, that she's college educated and was a nurse, and that her husband, who's extremely intelligent, lost his job when he got cancer. She lost her job because of a congenital heart condition. They did everything they could to provide for themselves and lived for a while in an RV, which they lost in an accident. They now live in the woods by the river. Since becoming homeless, she's lost her eyesight and been raped. Living homeless has been horrendous. They still get up every morning, all day long, trying to survive. They don't steal and they don't break things. They are good people at heart. Toward the end of her comments, her voice became stronger.
Did you know that over 70% of Americans are less than one paycheck away from being where we are right now? We are being treated like scum, and I believe that this ordinance is the first step in criminalizing being homeless.